So I was just rewatching CM Punk's podcast for Colt Cabana and stuff, and I especially wanted to rewatch it. Why I wanted to watch it is because of the Seth Rollins CM Punk story going on, and going into true stuff like that. That CM Punk saying what he said about Seth and Dean, now known as John Moxley, at that time was Dean. So what he said, a lot of stuff that comes to narratives, but it just doesn't imply, on some. Again, that podcast, you can go listen to it right now if you want to, but due to it, I'm not going to say that he's saying something wrong. I'll say that what he feels about Seth. I don't know what he feels about Mox and Seth, but I think as CM Punk was an indie guy. Okay? CM Punk paved. He was an indie guy through and through, straight edge, not drinking alcohol, not doing drugs, straight edge, going toe to toe with the likes of Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, having some banger 5-star, and all down to unaccounted Daniel Meltzer's stupid ass ratings are. CM Punk's matches were incredible. CM Punk was and having one of the best matches I've ever seen with AJ Styles. Dude, that match with AJ Styles. So you had CM Punk doing such good stuff on the Indies. He moves over to OVW where the likes of Cena, likes of Owens, and Brock, and Dave, and Shawn. I can say more people, as you know. But CM Punk moves over there, and later on, CM Punk joins WWE's ECW, quote unquote, as they called it, their own ECW. As he joins ECW, there's just not that much, there's not much push behind him. He joins that, and then he literally loses the championship. Oh, sorry, he lost the championship, but he doesn't get his opportunity. And Heyman left, you probably know that story too. But he doesn't get his opportunity. He doesn't win the Elimination Chamber at December to December or something like that. And then he wins it at ECW something. So he was the guy that was paving the path. Okay, so just bring in stuff. In 07, he was the ECW Championship. As soon as later on, anything was a Money Bank, becomes World Heavyweight Champion. Doesn't have a great run. Doesn't feel like a world champion. But 09, he becomes a world champion because he really worked it. Becomes the champion in 10, that Edge Society or some stuff. 11 is the best in the world, CM Punk. 12 is the best in the world and the heel best in the world, CM Punk. 13 is the climax of the babyface, CM Punk. In the same lot of the way, he brought in the Shield, Seth, Mox, and Roman. He brought these guys in, and he had them cooking, and he had them going crazy about they were doing such good work with him, and then they got separated and they become their own thing. So as I'm looking at everything, how CM Punk became a long champion, how he did that. If CM Punk would have not paved that path, if he would have not thought of keeping Seth there, if Vince would have not seen a guy like CM Punk, Seth Rollins would have never been in the den. I am one of the biggest Seth Rollins marks. I defend him crazily. Whatever he says, I think makes sense sometimes. So he's my favorite wrestler of all time. Heads up. Yeah, he's my favorite wrestler. It's just how I feel about him. So Seth Rollins, just giving it all to the business, I think. But I gotta defend Punk on this. Seth Rollins would have not even been here. He would be wrestling on the Indies, would be wrestling on all the indie, going to Japan, probably joining the Bullet Club. I don't know what would have happened, but it's CM Punk who pushed him towards becoming a star that he is. And Seth Rollins has never had to deal with this. Dude, Vince is such a fucking scammer Like, Seth Rollins has never had to deal with this. CM Punk struggled. CM Punk put all his fucking work to pave the way for Seth Rollins. He pushed it. And then Vince saw that, okay, I messed up Punk. And he sees CM Punk. He sees Seth Rollins and CM Punk, obviously. The cool look. And, and that's why they went with the Messiah gimmick. For y'all know, heads up. So, CM Punk giving in all the shit on Cold Cabana's podcast. And they have their own issues to this day. After that happened, some lawsuits happened and stuff. But my rant about this is that Seth Rollins owes everything to CM. Literally everything to CM. He needs to know that without him, he's not here. Without the struggles that Punk pulled in, without the European tours and everything CM Punk went through, the injuries that Punk had, those awful injuries, and then he went through that. He wanted to give back to the business. He wanted to give back to the indie scene. He wanted to make Vince McMahon respect the independent scene and Ring of Honor. So I think CM Punk's everything is justified here, and the guy is the voiceless. He brought the voice of the indies to the WWE and to the mainstream. And that's why Seth works there. He works as a WWE superstar. And he has had a success because of CM Punk's fucking struggles. So I quite ran about that shit. Believe me.